The president reposts a suggestion from an advisor that he release terrorists near the homes of Supreme Court justices who've merely ruled that the government can't send people to a foreign gulag without due process. And then Davis replies to him and says, yes. Then let's see how much due process you liberals want. Former Republican staffer Mike Davis has made headlines for social media comments in the past. He was supposed to be on Trump's shortlist for Attorney General. He's, hardcore MAGA. And he has a plan to get back at Supreme Court justices for not ruling pro-MAGA. He's suggested that, first of all, the backstory. The Chevy Chase Country Club is surrounded by housing, and which includes where John Roberts lives and where Brett Kavanaugh lives, according to press reports. I've never been there, but and so he said the president should house these terrorists near the Chevy Chase Country Club with daytime release. Right, and the Washington Post, points out this is where John Roberts lives. Trump reposted that comment, which led John Favreau, who is a former Obama speechwriter, to post in response, the president reposts a suggestion from an advisor that he release terrorists near the homes of Supreme Court justices who've merely ruled that the government can't send people to a foreign gulag without due process. And then Davis replies to him and says, yes. Then let's see how much due process you liberals want as we put terrorists near your houses. I mean, how can you not call these people fascists? Meanwhile, the Supreme Court has again confirmed, and Judge Paula Zinnes is just having fits around this, that Trump is supposed to bring Kilmar Abrego Garcia home. And you got Kristi Noem, saying, oh, no, never going to happen. And if he does come back, he's not going to stay here. We're going to bounce him right out. This is wild stuff. Judge Zinnes has granted an expedited discovery, but here's the key to the whole thing. The Trump administration is now saying that they're invoking what's called the state secret privilege to avoid discussing this or sharing information with the public. This is affecting our diplomacy with a foreign state, presumably with the dictator of El Salvador. Possibly with the dictator of Venezuela. I don't know, but I think they're just making this up. And then the attorney for the Department of Justice, Jonathan Ginn, says that the Trump administration is complying with these court orders. But he also said Garcia will never walk free in the United States. And Judge Zinnes says he was unlawfully deported, and you need to bring him back. And the lawyer says, nope, not going to do it. And then the judge asked the lawyer for Garcia, Andrew Rossman, if he had been successful in getting documents from the government so that he could defend his client. And he basically said no. He said of the 1,140 documents relating to the case, he only received 168 of them, and 132 of those were his own filings. The Supreme Court has ordered this return, and the Trump administration is completely ignoring not just the Supreme Court, but now Judge Zinnes's rulings. How long are they going to continue to be able to get away with this? Well, if the legislation that's built into this budget bill that allows the Trump administration basically to ignore court orders because they're about being held in contempt of court passes, maybe forever. I mean, this is wild stuff.